Hello viewers, and welcome to a new series where I come up with a whole bunch of useless but interesting facts that you probably didn't know about various monsters in the Monster Hunter series. The first video will be on my favourite monster, but please comment what monster you'd like me to do next. The most liked comment will be the one I choose, and I'll try to get these out every week or so. With that very quick introductory ramble out of the way, let's get straight into the facts. Seregios has a total of 14 renders, with the most being from the 4th generation, which makes sense, although Stories has a surprising amount of renders. Of those 14, 6 renders have its blade scales on display, 2 have them partially on display, and 6 have them retracted. Seregios has a total of 5 icons throughout the series, of which the new Wilds one has got to be my favourite. The newest render of Seregios, the Wilds one, consists mostly of these colours. The Stories render, on the other hand, consists mostly of these colours. You can really see the saturation difference between the two. The name Seregios is used in 7 languages, those being English, French, German, Spanish, Italian, Polish and Portuguese. The root words to create Seregios are serate, legion and regius. Regius has many possible translations in Latin, but all relate to being royal or kingly. In Japanese, Seregios is either called
Seregios
or
Senjinryu,
the latter being directly translated to Thousand Blades Dragon. This Thousand Blades Dragon meaning is repeated in Chinese, where
千人龙
is used in both simplified and traditional. In Arabic, Seregios is translated as
Seregios.
Seregios has its origins in being related to an ancient Roman family name, but it's also potentially theorized by historians to connect to the word Sevius, which means to preserve or keep safe. When used in Arabic, it translates to Sarkis, which also means protector or shepherd. This probably doesn't relate directly to Seregios, to be completely honest, but it's an interesting fact nonetheless. In the case of both Korean and Russian, the names
Seregios
and
Seregios.
seem to both simply just be Seregios. If you rearrange the letters in Seregios, you can get a few nonsensical phrases like go see sir, go is seer, go series, ego rises, Eris goes, and gross e. In Wilds, a small crown Seregios is 1,557.24 centimeters, whereas a large crown is 2,128.23 centimeters. Although people think Seregios is far larger in Wilds than in previous games, funnily enough the largest Seregios was in 4U at 2,246.53 centimeters. On the opposite side of the spectrum, the smallest Seregios is actually found in Sunbreak, with a size of only 1,477.51 centimeters. To convert these into freedom units, the largest Seregios is 884.46 inches, and the smallest is 581.69 inches. Seregios, like many other returning monsters in World and Wilds, has received a new roar. This is the old one, and this is the new one. Personally, I like the fact that Seregios has got a whole bunch of new vocalizations in most of its attacks in Wild, but I do prefer the old roar. In every game Seregios has appeared in, it has shown up in fewer and fewer locales. In 4U it can be fought in almost every map and arena. In GU it shrinks down to only 4 locales, in Sunbreak it's 3, and in Wilds it can only show up in 2. The only biome Seregios will consistently appear in every game are deserts. In older generations it also had an affinity for volcanic regions, but in later generations this has seemingly flipped to more temperate mountainous ones. Each of Seregios' weapons have very interesting translations, and most are originating in hot or dry regions of the world, where Seregios is most associated with. The great sword is called Chida and means cut in Sanskrit. The long sword is called Kanga, and is a traditional Kenyan garb that could be relating to the scaled pattern of Seregios. The sword and shield is called Nab, which means fang in Arabic and Urdu. Seemingly the dual blade Zakun does not have a relevant meaning that I can find, but there is an Islamic tree called Zakum that grows in hell. The lance is called Harbar and very literally means spear in Arabic. The gun lance, Jaya, means victory or conquest in many southeastern languages such as Malaysia. The hammer has 2 names that can be translated, the first being mataraka, which in both Spanish and Portuguese translates to both a rattling instrument and to pester. The second is argle, which in English refers to a diamond pattern. The hunting horn too has multiple names, the first being vadya, which is a specific type of music in Indian traditions. This is quite neat because if you listen to vadya music, you can tell specific instrumentation and sounds are used in the Seregios theme. The second name is Alicio, or Alicio? Chemistry's not my strong suit. This is simply an amino acid used in both elastin and collagen. This is most likely a reference to the skin used to stretch over many different types of instruments. The switch axe axa can either mean most distant in Arabic or to move windingly in Sanskrit. Both of these refer to Seregios originally being an invader, and also how acrobatic it is when attacking. The charge blade is very direct, as its name aslat can be linked to the word assault in most European languages. The insect glaive starts off as altier, which means the flying eagle in Arabic, which then becomes altiel, which means high or raising in Spanish. The light bowgun, rasasa, means bullet in Arabic. Pretty simple stuff. The heavy bowgun, sayad, means hunter or catching in Arabic. Finally, the bow is called shalya, which simply means dart in Sanskrit. Those are some random and useless facts about Seregios. I hope you enjoyed and hopefully learnt a new fact. Let me know which monster you want me to cover next, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.